All right, worship leaders, this video is for you. You're heading into Easter services. For me personally, I have 5 days that I'm going to be required to sing, and I want to share with you all of the things that you can do to create less tension in your body, keep your voice lasting for longer, and actually reach your high notes with effortlessness. So let's get started. The first thing I mentioned is tension. Tension results because we are lifting the chin, or we're using compensatory muscles in the face and throat to make notes happen. And we realize that notes actually happen on a laryngeal level. So really, it's just the vocal folds being able to stretch to a certain length without being spread apart. That's the only thing we need to be thinking about. Everything else is taking mental and physical bandwidth away from the notes. Drop your jaw, drop your chin, and drop your eyebrows. Okay, so I want you to be thinking drop, drop, drop. Drop everything, because the larynx operates best when it can move forward and down at a 45-degree angle. That's actually the mechanism movement of the larynx. So I want you to envision that my larynx needs to go forward and down like it's going down an escalator. If I raise my chin, I'm doing the opposite of what I'm wanting my larynx to be able to do. So don't create extra constriction on these big notes because you're getting amped up. The next thing I want to talk about is emotions, okay? Emotions really play into us creating extra tension. Emotions run high in worship services, but on Easter, it's like another level. And I want you to be really thinking about having the fruit of the Spirit, self-control, when it comes to your worship this weekend. Self-control would look like this: not wasting all of your notes on song 1, not getting over emotional by yelling and adding load mode where it doesn't need to happen on songs, and not trusting your sound technician. I want you guys to trust the person behind the board because they can boost you. You have a natural limitation to how much your vocal folds can vibrate. The sound tech can go much harder and take your voice to bigger places. I want you to use self-control as your worship leading this weekend, okay? Save. The way that we do this is we use light or medium contraction on the vocal folds. This is going to come across like lower decibels, and that is okay. I want you to start getting comfortable with being a powerfully emotive singer as opposed to a blasty belter. The emotion that you can apply is vocal fry, gusting, kind of giving a little bit of extra verve and vibrato to notes, and really letting your voice speak for itself instead of feeling like you need to be heard above the band at all times. Let that experience be left to the audio engineer. Give yourself plenty of headroom in your voice. Next, let's talk about stamina. Being able to go longer in phrases results from how much you're able to keep your vocal folds together to create wind resistance. Stamina is the ability to go long and strong. We want you to create great resistance with your vocal folds over the phrases that you're singing. So you are going to want to learn how to seal. The real general idea is that you are putting your voice together and not letting it spread wide open to release excess air. When we release excess air, we're going to get drier a lot faster, our muscles will fatigue a lot quicker, and we're just not protecting ourselves from compensatory friction points on the vocal folds. So come together with your voice. It sounds a little bit more like this, like Hallelujah, instead of Hallelujah. Both are good. Use the one that has a little bit more togetherness and connection because you're going to actually last longer when you do that. If you do want to get a little saucy, little whispery with your voice, that's okay, but be really judicious about when you introduce excess air. Another thing that will contribute to incredible stamina for you this weekend as you lead worship is picking the song that you kind of want to lean into most out of the whole service. There's probably 1 or 2 songs that you know are going to require a lot more of you, either emotionally or the notes are higher, and I want you to think about using those songs as your biggest focus points in the service. The other songs, whether that's the hype songs at the beginning or songs that you're not leading yourself, I really want you to go into light load mode on your voice, which just means get super soft and not push a lot of decibels, okay? I want you to really lean into letting your sound engineer take those and ride that fader up so that you're not overexerting on the songs that are just not your big focus points. Then on your big focus points, I want you to pick a spot in the song that you're going to actually lean in with a little bit of heavier load mode. By giving yourself these moments where you release and you give yourself permission to exert energy, you're not feeling like you're just conserving the entire service and not putting it all out there. By giving yourself these moments where you can really lean in, it gives you a little bit of permission to lay into the vocal instead of feeling like I'm constantly conserving, I'm constantly being a little bit more mechanical than I want to be. Go ahead and give it your all, but just pick one song and pick one moment in the song that you're really going to lean in. After that moment's over, I want you to back off and go into just this really easy, light load on your voice. So instead of just throwing it all out there, really want you to think about conserving. Between services, sit. I want you to hydrate. Give yourself a timer on how long you're going to pour into conversations and being social, meeting with the congregation, because if you're talking for the 15 to 20 minutes between services and then you have to hit the ground running again in service, you will have wasted all of that recovery time for your voice. Another thing that contributes to great stamina is cooling down. You're going to have to cool down your voice after you step off stage. So as soon as you step off stage, I want you to find a place where you're by yourself, whether that's the bathroom or a little nook backstage. And I want you to do some gugging. So you're going to be connecting the soft palate to the back of your tongue and descending in pitch. So it sounds a little like this. And just keep doing that. You can even slow it down a little bit if that's too quick. What that does for you is it shakes your vocal folds quite a bit, and that shake makes all the blood that's been collecting in your folds and the stretch that's been developing in your folds kind of loosens it and flushes out the muscle, and it really helps the muscle just recover. So it's like you don't want a prize-winning racehorse to be shut up in a stable the minute that it wins first prize. You want it to have room to run its energy out, and that's what you need to do for your vocal folds. Last but not least, we want to talk about these effortless high notes. So I mentioned how I want you to pour into about 1 or 2 focus points in the entire service if you're leading a song or two that you want to really lean into. But as you lean, I want you to get these effortless high notes. Obviously, I want you to create great wind resistance with your vocal folds, but I also want you to work on placing the sound into your nasal resonator. No one loves this sound. It's actually physically proven to create neutral back pressure on your vocal tract, just like a straw. So when you use your nasal resonator, especially when you're hitting the biggest notes in your song, you actually are going to be achieving some of that semi-occluded vocal tract work that you would be doing with a straw, and it's essentially your own straw built into your own head. Use your nasal resonator so that you can hit bigger notes without as much effort. And those are just some really quick pointers, worship leaders. I know you have a lot going on this week, and so you're not wanting to just add even more mental load, but I promise if you try some of these things and actually employ them as you sing the services this weekend, it will pay off for you tenfold. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's helpful. Please leave me a comment, follow, like, subscribe, do all the things so that you can stay in tune with how you can be the best singer you possibly can be. If you like this video, go ahead and share it, like it, subscribe, send it to a friend who you know is going to be singing a lot this weekend, and make sure that you're doing everything you can to take care of your voice. If you loved this and you would love to dig in a little bit deeper into your unique voice and your unique struggles or passions or dreams, I want to meet with you in a free strategy session. So go ahead and book a call with me, and the two of us will sit down, listen to your voice, talk about your goals, and really put together a custom plan for how you're going to get the best voice of your life in the next 3 to 6 months. I hope this was helpful. Until next time, Voice Builders.